you're in the inner circle right now, and we're talking about real estate deals. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you, don't do deals like the middle class. Why would you not want to do deals like the middle class? Do you want middle class results? No. So let me tell you a story. My sister calls me up with her husband and she says, Brandon, we know you know real estate. I know you know how to get good deals. I know you've done millions of dollars in investing and we want to buy our own home. Will you help us get a good deal? So we go look and she's checking out these deals and they find the perfect house. Perfect house. It was listed for $439,000. And they say, we love it. It's too much. Our max is $389,000. We're not paying that. And I said, okay. And so we walk out, we're sitting in the car and we're about ready to drive off. And they're talking and they're like, should we do it? Sure. And I hear this like, well, Brandon, what do you think? And I say, well, you just said you want it $389,000, but it's $440 pretty much, $439. And they said, well, we're not going to do the deal. And I'm like, hold on. If this is the one, I bet you we can get it for what you want at $389,000. And they say, how in the world can we do that? We can't ask for that much off. I'm like, I agree, because there's an emotional threshold at $400. If you offer less than $400 to this guy, he's going to not like it. And he even said it when we were in there. Because there's an emotional threshold, offer like $402. Offer $402. They said, we'll never pay that much. I said, I know. You won't. They said, what do you mean? If we offer $402, then the deal's $402. And I said, no, that's a middle class way to approach real estate. And they said, you know what? Just forget about it. Let's go home and think about it. Let's just do that. We'll talk about this after the weekend. And I said, hold on. As they started the car, I'm like, hold on. Do you mind if I share with you what the rich and abundant do? And I use the word investor. Can I share with you what a rich and abundant investor would do? And they're like, sure. And I said, there's this term that a rich and abundant investor knows that helps them get the deals they want. And they said, what is it? And I said, this is a term called tie it up. Tie it up. And the second half of it is tie it up and think about it later. Tie it up and think about it later. And they said, what is that all about? And I said, what you do right now is we are in the car. You found a deal that you like. And if you want it, most people that are in the middle class, they'll go home, they'll think about it, they'll talk about it, but this is what's going to happen. This just came on the market. It's beautiful. You just went all over town. You found what you like. Do you think other people are going to like this too? Oh, yes, they will. What you're thinking about doing is you're going to go home, think about it, and 2 or 3 days later, you're going to decide you love it. Then you're going to try to offer $402, and it's going to be gone. It's going to be gone. If you want to approach this like an investor, you write an offer right now. Tie it up and think about it later. They're like, well, we're not sure if we want it. I said, I know. That's fine. You tie it up. There's still a portion in the contract, the due diligence deadline, the evaluations and inspection deadline, where you have a back door to get out of the contract. No consequence. You just tell them you don't like the place. You don't even have to tell them a reason. Say, we withdraw the contract based on our evaluations. That's it. You don't have to give them a reason. I said, here's how it's going to go down if you do this. You can either go home right now and stress about it, knowing that you have to make a decision, or you can tie it up. You give your deadline maybe 10 days out, and you can have the whole weekend thinking about it, and you legally have it under contract. That means no pressure. That means you can sit back, relax. There's nobody you're competing with. It's tied up. It's under contract. And they say, I like that idea to go tie it up, and then it's ours if we want it, but if we don't want it, we don't want it, but nobody else can get it. I said, that's right. You get all competition off the table right now. And they said, let's do it. Then they looked at me and said, how are we going to get our $389? How are we going to get our $389? I said, we're going to tie it up. If you want to keep going with it, then what we're going to do is we're going to submit something called the ultimate negotiation letter. This is phase 2 with the way I do real estate. Phase 2 is when you negotiate with facts. The initial offer is all about emotion. And everybody here, you need to know this in real estate investing. The initial negotiation is all emotional. That's where most of the emotion is. After it's under contract, now you can negotiate with facts. And the ultimate negotiation letter is a letter that I've used for over a decade. And this ultimate negotiation letter, you get a copy of this, by the way, as an Inner Circle member, is an editable document that works 80% of the time. I said, I've used this for deal after deal after deal, and he will go to 389. I'll tell you right now, he'll go to 389. I can get this thing to 389, no problem. But it's gonna happen later. You tie it up, then about a week later, we'll get it to 389. And he will be happy to do it. He's not gonna be disgruntled. He'll actually be happy to. You're gonna be best friends. How many of you want to negotiate in a way where it's a win-win and people still can be really good friends? Is that cool?